Hello, Kate. I hear you loud and clear now, Kate.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's no comparison. This Washington is absolutely awesome. You're peaking a 9 on this one, and on the other one, you were barely moving the needle at some time. So, yeah, it's definitely, it needs a bit of a look at, I reckon.
Yeah, might need a little bit of a realignment inside of that thing, and get that receiver back to high quality again, because we all know what those 148s are capable of.
Yeah, that's it. I did send it away to Nick, and he put, I think it's called a PLL board in, and it obviously does the zeros and bits and bobs like that, but yeah, it's just not got the receive that this one has. This Washington's absolutely awesome.
Oh, I know. I've had a lot of the Washingtons over the years, and yeah, they're really hard to beat on the receiver, especially for how quiet the noise level is on those radios. Yeah, on my list of favorites, the Washington will always be at the top of it.
Yeah, that's it. I think people are getting a bit bored of the videos, but all the other radios, they just don't cut the mustard, really. I might dig out the Madison, that's upstairs. That needs, having a bit of power run through it. So we might get that one out next, John, and give it a bit of a whirl.
Well, that's another one, too. That's a fantastic radio. The Madisons have a really good receiver. That should actually beat out the Washington.
Yeah, I think it kind of did, and then it has, they're obviously pretty old radios, so I think sometimes some of the caps go, and then it kind of lets it down a little bit. I'm not too sure if that one went wrong, actually, and that's why I put it away. But that's it, it's hit and miss, really.
Copy that on the caps. I have an old Super Scope radio that was made by Marantz Electronics. And that radio, it works awesome. But the only problem is the capacitors in it are so dried out that I have to put power to it, turn it on, and wait for 3 days before I can use it. But if I leave it powered up for 3 days, it will work fantastic.
Wow, that's pretty cool, and I think if you're going to do anything, you need to recap these old radios. Really, I think you just need to sort of bite the bullet. I know it costs a lot of money, but you're just going to end up toing and froing, which I found with some of these old radios. They keep getting sent back to Mr. Nick. So it's a bit of a catch-22 there, John.
Oh, yeah, I know it. We have that love for the old radios, but those old radios require a lot of love.
That's it. I reckon if I sold the whole shebang, I could buy some top motorbikes, so, don't tempt me.
Yeah, copy that, yeah. Oh, I was saying that for a while, looking at my collection and thinking, the stuff I could buy if I sold it all, but instead I sold most of it and paid bills with it instead.
Yeah, that's not good. I think, Mel's brother's coming over from Australia. He lives in Perth, and he's coming over for a couple of weeks in June. And we're going to get the other bike on the road, which is quite an old chop. It's an XS650, a Yamaha. I'll have to send you a picture of it. It's pretty cool. It needs a new carb, so we're kind of saving up to buy a new carb because they're pretty expensive now.
Oh, yeah, they can get expensive. That 650, is that a one-cylinder or a two-cylinder? I can't remember now.
Yeah, so it's a two-cylinder. It's a 650, made by Yamaha, but it's highly modified, so it doesn't look like a Jap engine at all now. It kind of looks like an old English one.
Copy that. Yeah, and then as you were telling me that it was a two-cylinder, I remembered what the Yamaha one that I was thinking of was the 500, and it was called a Thumper, which was the single. Yeah, the 650. Oh, yeah, I remember that one now. Lots of people, even here in the States, like to convert those to choppers.
Yeah, they're highly sought after are in this country, and like you say, in the States, to make bobbers and chops and stuff. And Mel's made manifolds that fits it, so you can run it on one carburetor on the Amel concentric. So they went pretty well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that saves quite a bit, and it makes the tuning a whole lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely, because it had the standard carbs. I think they were like a diaphragm carb, and if you get like a little tiny hole in, they can just fail. So he ripped them off straight away and put some Amels on.
Copy that. Yeah, I have some on my old tractors. They have diaphragm style fuel pumps. So yeah, I'm familiar with those diaphragms. Yep, they get a little crack or a hole, they're all done. And if they get old, they get dry and hard, and they just don't work properly.
Hey, that's it. It's an absolute nightmare trying to find out what's wrong with it as well. But so that's going to be on the road. That one needs an MOT. So that's why it got put away, because the old bikes they don't need any tax or MOT in this country. So we try and stick to the old thumpers.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, cheaper to put on the road, absolutely. So what's Mel going to get that up and running again so that him and his brother can go riding?
They're going to sort of take a trip out. He's lived over in Australia for probably about 20 odd years now, maybe 30 years. So he's coming back for a holiday. We're going to do some castles and stuff, and just go out around the old country pubs on the bikes. It'll be good fun.
That's fantastic. That sounds like a really good time. I'm glad he's going to get some time to spend with his brother.
You got a QSK on the side there, John. Even I can hear them.
Copy that. Go ahead. Who was that was on the side?
Yeah, 26th Division, 148. My operator name is Paul. I just want to come on and let you know that you're sending out of a signal into Northwest London back to you.
All right, I got 148 Paul. I heard that. There's something weird with your audio. I'm having a hard time understanding what you're saying. I don't know. Do you have echo on that thing?
No. I'm in a smallish room, so it could be that.
Copy that. Are you running a power mic on that thing? It might be up just a little too much. If you could back it down a little, you'd probably be crystal clear.
Okay, no problem. Okay, well, I'm in northwestern London, and I think this is the best I'm going to get the audio at the moment. My apologies to you. I just want to let you know you're 9 plus 20 dB into London back to you.
Copy that, Paul. Yeah, you got a nice strong signal coming in here, too. You got a good strong 9 on this really tight meter on this radio. It's a little stingy, but you're pushing it all the way up to the 9.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, we just thought we'd come by and let you know you're doing a grand job. I can't hear the station you're talking to, but we just thought we'd try and get into you and let you know you're doing a good job.
Copy that. Well, the other station that I'm talking to is Kate, Needlebender 01. She's in Canterbury, England, and she said that she could hear you in there.
Well, my apologies. I can't hear her on the other side of the country to where she is.
Copy that. Did you hear that, Kate? He says he's on the other side of the country from you.
Hey, wow, that's pretty amazing. And I just had a little look on the 38, and you're the only station from the States coming in by the sounds of it, John.
Well, isn't that fantastic? I'm making my own conditions.
So whereabouts is the other guy you're talking to, John?
148, what was your location? Where are you? Yep, I think we lost him. 148, where'd you go? Nope, he must have jumped out of there.
Yeah, I can't hear him either there, John, but Blimey, I reckon you are making your own conditions. I literally thought, oh, I'll have a little look and see if there's anything else coming in. And it's absolutely dead. So, yeah, you're the only one coming in from the States, I reckon.
Copy that. Well, hey, I guess this beam is working the way it should.
Hey, that's right. So, is it quite good with the SWR quite down low now? Because I think you were having trouble with it a little while ago.
No, I haven't had any problems with the SWR on this antenna. No, this one, I've got it's about 1.1 to 1 on this one. It doesn't go very far. I currently have it tuned so I can go from channel 20 up to about channel 60. But anything over that 27605, the SWR starts to climb, and if I go below channel 20, it does the same. It starts to climb again. But it's got a pretty good spread, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Blimey, I'll tell you what, you actually went over the 9 then, and like you say, the meter on this one is dead on. It's pretty good, I reckon. So yeah, the audio is absolutely massive. Really, really good audio from that radio, John.
Well, thank you very much. You're doing a great job here, too. You're a solid 8 over here. And like I was saying earlier, the meter on this radio is a little stingy and a little stiff. But you're doing a solid 8 on it the whole time you're talking.
Wow, that is cool. And yeah, we're using the Silver Eagle with the radio. So I think I've got it about right. It depends if the signal's really good. Maybe it might be slightly overdriving, I don't know. I think I'm about 2 inches away, so it doesn't bring in all the background noise, you know.
Now, that thing sounds fantastic. Usually, I do not like the sound of D104s. To date, there's only 2 people that I think sounded good on them. You're one of them, and one of my locals here, 127 John. He's the other one. That you guys are the only ones I've ever heard that actually sound good on a D104.
Yeah, I tell you what, I can always hear John, but he's right in the background, and he always hears me word for word, and I can barely make out what he says. It's quite strange considering I think he's on a beam as well. I'm not too sure. Sometimes he goes out on his push bike, so that'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, John's a character over there. Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite locals for sure. Yeah, he's on a 2-element quad, a PDL2. Yeah, he's got one of the 2-element beams.
Yeah, that's it. And it's only like sometimes I think I get him better out in the mobile, to be honest. But he always hears me, so he's definitely doing something right. But yeah, have you got your ground plane rigged up? Can you switch it?
Absolutely. Give me about 30 seconds and I'll switch that over. How about it, Kate? 151 on the Mako V58. Calling for you.
Holy smokes, you peaked over the 7 on the ground plane. So ground plane to ground plane, we're running about 300 watts there, John. Thank you.
Well, I copied that 300 watts, but on the ground plane, oh, you're down to about a 5 on this one. This antenna does not have the ears of the beam. The beam can hear things, a lot of things that this antenna just can't.
Yeah, that's it. And now the audio's brilliant, but it's not as clean as it is on the beam. So yeah, just a good test, to be honest. Yeah, just to see if it's working. And the propagation's definitely there. That's it.
Copy that. This antenna would probably do a lot better if I had it higher up in the air. Right now it's only about maybe 14 to 15 feet in the air. So if it had a little more elevation, it would probably do better. But the beam is up in the high place, and that's what's staying there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a bit tricky on this one, but I'll tell you what, the propagation is definitely there. And I think, like you said in one of your videos a few years ago now, if nobody's calling out, then there's no DX. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, and everyone kind of goes quiet and stops calling. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and sometimes you don't even know there's good DX in there until you start calling out. You start calling out on a dead quiet channel, and before you know it, you've had half a dozen conversations.
Hey, that's it. And yeah, like the other day when I caught you on the 38, I thought, you know what, I don't need to talk on there. Normally I can hear people from London coming in, and they run a lot of power, so you don't stand any chance with them guys. But yeah, absolutely brilliant to catch you there, John. I better let you go. I don't want to take up most of your Sunday there. Back to you.
Copy that. I just put the beam back on. I did it really quick so I wouldn't lose anything you had to say. But as soon as I connected the beam back up, oh, I had a great copy on you again. All right, Kate. Hey, enjoy the rest of your evening. And, I hope that that engine turns out well for Mel. All right, Kate, 73s to you.
73s there, John, and I'll send you a picture over of the engine. It's quite a good one. So say hello to Barbara from me, and we'll catch you later, John. 73s from Charlie Echo 01.
73s. I look forward to seeing that picture. 151, South Carolina. I'll be standing by.
151 in South Carolina. This is 255 from Denmark this evening. You are 5 and 7, sometimes plus 10 here in Scandinavia, Roger?
Copy that. 255. 255. You're doing a good job down here, too, and you got some good audio. 255. I believe you said you were in Denmark. You got John over here in South Carolina.
Okay, John. Yeah. Okay. My operator name is Peter. My operator name is Peter. Yeah. Here on the left over here, you are 5 plus 10 actually, and I have been listening to you here for the last 10-15 minutes. You were talking to Kate in the UK, and you are lying between 5 and 9 plus 10 all the time. Back to you, John.
Copy that. Did you notice when I switched the antenna? Could you see a difference? I was going back and forth from the... I got two Mako antennas in the air right now. Right now I'm on a VQ3, which is a 3-element V-quad, and I was just on my Mako V58, 5/8 vertical ground plane.
Yeah. I heard it. You switched over for about 5 minutes ago when you were talking to Kate, and I am telling you, you just dropped down to 5 and 3 in Denmark at that moment, and then you switched over into your beam again, and then you were just zooming in again, plus 10 all the time, right?
Copy that. Thank you very much. What are you running for an antenna over there, Peter?
No, I'm just running a 1-element delta loop, actually. Just 1-element delta loop, which I made for about 3 years ago, and I'm just so happy with it. So I will just stick to that, and it's also because I do have some problem with my neighbors, so I can't have any antenna bigger than that. Back to you, John.
Copy that. Well, this antenna that I'm on is also, it's a delta loop, and yeah, you can't beat them. A couple years ago, I built a single element delta loop, and I was really happy with it, and you should be happy with yours. Yours is doing a great job over here. It's working well. How much power are you putting into it?
I'm just putting 100 watts. Just nice. 100 watts. And John, I can tell you now you're peaking over 20.
Copy that. I'm putting about 200 watts into mine, but that 100 watts out of yours, you're doing an awesome job. You must have done very well with that antenna. You set it up correctly.
Oh yeah, and I can tell you, John, and it's only about 6 meters above the ground. It's only 6 meters above the ground. So yeah, I moved to this QTH for about CQ 2060 vision standing by. I did have it for about 20 meters above the ground, but now it's only 6 meters. So that's what I am allowed to do here on my new QTH. So. But you know what, John? I'm just pleased to hear this coming in, and just to sit and listen to it. But I did hear you talk to Kate, but I didn't hear her, and I think so, and I didn't get her call sign, but I do think so. She's the one she's on YouTube sometimes and making something about radio there. So I do know who she is. So back to you, John.
Copied all of that. Yeah, I was talking with Kate. And yeah, Kate always tells me that I'm famous. What she doesn't realize is that she's famous too. Having that YouTube channel that she does and everybody knowing her from there, and being a female on the radio, I think she's probably a lot more famous than I am. But yeah, Kate's a great operator. I wish you could have heard her. Hopefully someday you'll get to make the contact with her.
Oh, yeah, I know. Actually, I am just, not more than about 500 miles from her UK. So it's just across the North Sea to the UK. It's the UK here, so it's not that much. But I have never heard her, but I do follow her on YouTube. So yeah, but you know what, John? I was just sitting here listening for you, and I'm just telling you, as your modulation as well. You have this powerful modulation, and it's really, really good modulation you got there, John. You know what? I was just telling you, and I will go out and take a smoke now. Okay?
Copy that, Peter. Hey, thank you so much for those flowers. It's just a stock radio with a stock mic on it. It's a Radioddity QT40. Yeah, I get a lot of good reports on it. I'm loving this one. So, all right, Peter. Hey, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope you get a ton more DX. I enjoyed the QSO. 73s to you there, 255.
Yeah, okay, 151 John there, and this is 255 from Denmark, 73, and I'm just pleased for this contact. 73.